This is Tech House and Speed.
If you look up worker in the Drift Dictionary, you'll see a picture of Joon Maeng. This is him working in Atlanta. And this is him working at his family restaurant in Garden Grove, California. I don't have pictures of him tutoring students or working in his church youth ministry or him sleeping in the shop he shares with Chris Forsberg in nearby Huntington Beach. Joon gets by on 4 hours sleep a day when he can work it in. Also, he can do things like this in places like Atlanta.
Actually, I still got a ways to go. I'm still getting used to the car. The car is more than capable of driving even better. Like I said before, I'm just so overwhelmed how well this car handles and how much angle it provides. And I'm constantly just studying the notes and the footages to improve in my driving. And I'm just constantly working because it's, out of my own dime that I got to work that much harder to run my drifting program this year. So I would constantly just work all day and literally all night, almost all night here, and sometimes all night here. And I would take a nap on the floor of the carpet at CFR and for like an hour or two, and then wake up and like, oh, gotta get back to work, get on here, and yeah, I love it. I mean, this is my passion, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get out there and to drive. And I enjoy driving and being with Formula Drift drivers and the environment, of course, the supporters, fans, and yeah, I'll do anything, the right way and the right steps to get there.
Joon keeps a schedule that would break anybody, but his passion for drifting keeps him going. And this year it's working. Thanks to help from Forsberg and his crew chief Kevin Wells, Joon has a car capable of competing, as long as Joon's willing to do the work to keep it going, even driving cross-country to events in Georgia and New Jersey in 2.5 days so he can get back to work in the restaurant. Going to Las Vegas in a couple weeks, Joon is 10th in Formula Drift points, ahead of big money experienced teams like Tanner Faust, Reese Millen, and Dayo Sahara.
In 07, my girlfriend Amy and I sat down for breakfast, and I always talk about how I always want to be a professional driver. And she said, you know what, Joon, I'm sick of you talking about this. Go for it, I'll support you whatever I can.
Amy's kind of important to you. You were telling me earlier that she started off being your spotter, and now she's almost your coach.
Yes, during the off season, we kind of worked that out where we would talk on the phone when I'm going to work and communicate on what we can do to do better driving and a better drifting program. So we would constantly just talk to each other, and she would always write down the notes that I would want her to write down during the events. And of course, I would tell her the line that I would want to take for the competition weekend, and she would tell me, Joon, you're looking good out there. And even when I'm driving, she would tell me, Joon, you look terrible, so kind of step it up, go up on the bank more, you're about 5 feet away, and definitely grateful to have her.
And both of you agree that whatever's said over the microphone doesn't get taken back to the truck or the pits, and it's all forgotten, right?
Yes, of course. We don't want to get that into our relationship too much, so we try to keep that for drifting, and then when we're off to our own thing, we just want to have a good, healthy relationship. I started drifting on the streets. I used to work at a fabrication shop.
And you're not suggesting anybody do that now?
Yes, I highly do not suggest it, because I almost passed away from it, and that would have been a waste of my life.
And what was going through your mind?
Yes, unfortunately, I had an 85 Corolla that was all done. It's a GTS model, and I used to drift on the canyons of Malibu. Late nights when no one was around, and I saw the cliff on the corner of my eye. I was like, uh-oh, I might go down on this one, and I ended up catching on the rear wheels and ended up flipping down the mountain about 50 feet down. And while I was flipping, I was like, sorry, Lord, sorry, Mom, I guess it's the way I'm gonna die. And I was just apologizing, and at the same time I was like turning off my car, and everything flew out of the car. And luckily something stopped the car upside down, and everything got crushed about to here, and the passenger side was completely crushed. So I barely crawled out of the car and survived it, and had just minor scratches, and was definitely blessed to be here today. And I learned from my mistakes on that one.
So in 2 years, Joon has become a top 10 drifter, finished 4th in Atlanta. He's had a lot of help from friends, coaching from his girlfriend Amy, his faith, and hard work. The formula more should try. Follow him on his website, joonmaeng.com. He might even Twitter you from his restaurant. This is Tech House and Speed. I'm Bill Wood. Peace.
This is Tech House and Speed.